Hello, everybody. Jason here, and welcome to the October newsletter. I put out a survey on Twitter and gave you the option between leadership and the value and selflessness. It was a fairly close vote, but it came out to the value and selflessness won the day. So here we go. Two primary things as far concerning the value and selflessness. The first thing is trust. Selflessness creates trust, and the second thing is anxiety control and or confidence. So trust. Think of the person you trust the most in your life. You're very confident with that person, right? And that's because trust and confidence work hand in hand. And when we're confident, and that leads to aggressive fundamental action or the fundamental process. And that leads to winning. So trust and confidence have a direct relationship, but to create, trust is always created. It's never given, it's always earned. And trust requires faith. Therefore, to create that faith, we have to give selflessly to our teammates in the way we carry ourselves, speak to each other, and in relentless, limitless preparation. And that's where we draw our source of confidence from. That's why status-driven players or selfish players or people who want to be a big deal break down in adversity. Their skill may take them very, very far, but when things get hard for them, they get beat because they're drawing their source of confidence from performance. And when they fail, the people who validate them base that validation in their performance. And so that's gone. The next thing you usually hear from a player like that when they fail is blame, right? Blame's a cover-up for doubt. Doubt's a cover-up for fear. Fear always leads to failure. Therefore, it is very important to live selfless. When we do these things selflessly, we create a natural and organic desire to win for each other. Every team in the nation plays with each other. Championship teams play for each other, and they create that through selflessness. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. And that's how they do it. And it's natural. It's not artificial, okay? Hype, music, all those things. Ton of fun. I do it before games. I did it before combat, all right? I had my favorite Johnny Cash song before I went out on combat operations every single time. But all that is artificial because when things get hard and when bullets start flying, when something bad happens to us on the field, we have to have something that's pure. And that is natural, and that is a relentless desire to win for each other that's created out of that trust, which is created in selflessness. Selflessness also reduces anxiety to a minimal level because we are removing the source. We get anxious out of concern for our own performance, not our teammates. Sure, we might be nervous if they're the one and we want them to do well, but as our performance is based, we are concerned for the outcome of our own performance, right? So what we do is remove the source and defer our concern to the well-being of our teammate, and that's exactly what I would do before combat operations. I don't care what anyone says if you were, how many times you've been in combat or how well trained you are. People think, well, mental toughness means I go into combat and I never get nervous because I'm mentally tough. No, you're a human being. Mental toughness is inserting thought and action that provides you value regardless of circumstance. And the way you do that, before I would go out on operations, if, it wasn't every time, but if I'm sitting there in my locker getting my body armor on and my helmet and my night vision, and all of a sudden this starts happening, and the thought comes into my mind, what if I die? What if somebody else has to raise my kids, right? That's creating pressure, creating stress. So what I do is I walk over to my teammate and I say, hey, brother, are you good? Are you ready to go? Do you need some water? Is your gun clean? Is there anything I can do to help you? And he does the same for me. I take my mind off my sorry self. I place it where it needs to be, which is on the team. And when every single person is doing that, amazing things start happening because aggression is always most effective when its source is love. All day, every day, for each other. Hoo-yah.